What the fuck are you doing?
Me? Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Obviously, I'm listening to What the Fuck Are You Doing podcast, one of the newest podcasts of You Run Podcast Network. It's a podcast featuring E-Bitty and Herm Dizzle. They come together Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, get it, to bring you episodes about pop culture, movies, and any bullshit they can think of. Yo, this podcast got so many dick jokes, it's like a bag of dicks. Anyways, check out the WTF Are You Doing podcast, brought to you right here by the You Run Podcast Network.
Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. A nigga some misery, yeah, come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. Which cheese gonna bust, yeah, come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. A nigga some misery, yeah, come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. Which cheese gonna bust, yeah, come stuff crust.
What up, everybody? Welcome to You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the ones and twos. You know they call me Shed Dancing. You know they call me Bilbo Schwaggins. It's your boy, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, the sweatpants overlord. Follically challenged himself, ladies and gentlemen. It's Gregory J. Hoey. Greg, hi.
The weather is perfect for sweatpants and sweatshirts. I'm loving it.
He's loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, she's the Thunder from Down Under, author of Koala Confidential and Wallabies Are People Too. Also a close friend of Paul Hogan and Jeff from the Wiggles. It's Kate from Down Under. Kate, what is good?
Hello. Sorry. You can't make me laugh that much when I'm supposed to be talking. Hi. Hello. Happy to be
Oh,
here.
yeah, well, that's the only levity I'm going to provide. From here on out, all sad shit.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, fantastic. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for coming on. Honor to meet you. And we're here to talk about this super uplifting topic tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the hit A24 film, Bring Her Back. A brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. Sometimes keeping a family together takes sacrifice. That's right, we're talking about Bring Her Back. Greg, fill me in with the rest of the who's and what's its.
Yeah, so the cast for Bring Her Back is we have Billy Barrett as Andy, Sally Hawkins as Laura, Misha Hayward as Kathy, Jonah Wren Phillips as Oliver, Sarah Wong as Piper, and Stephen Phillips as Phil.
Everybody knows a Phil.
Everybody knows a Phil. I know at least three. Phil LaValle, Phil from Ireland,
Phil K.
Phil K,
That's, yeah,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
absolutely. Kate, how many Phils do you know?
Fill us in.
I think I only used to work with one Phil. I remember I worked with a Phil years ago. Other than that, I don't think I know any Phils. I'm lacking in Phildom in my life. Can't be misconstrued at all, can it? Okay.
My Phil cup is filled to the brim.
Same, I've had my Phil.
Hey. All right, we're pivoting to Phil puns for the rest of the episode.
Pretty much. Might be a bit more uplifting, but yeah.
All right, Greg, why don't you fill us in with, a little bit more how this is going to run?
So we took the letters BHB for Bring Her Back. We're going to have a little acronym game with that. And then we have about, 8 questions, and we get some listener feedback, and we're going to get into it. And so the first B is the best scenes. What are your best scenes? We'll start with Kate.
Okay, I always say this is a really hard one, but this is a difficult one because every bit of this movie is amazing, but I chose the bit where the social worker figures out and the penny kind of drops with her what's happening with Laura, and she tries to get away with Andy, and they get hit by the car. Andy gets drowned. I did not enjoy this scene at all, mind you. I just thought it was perfectly constructed. I thought it was brilliantly done because you're hoping that he's going to come back, and you think, oh, maybe he didn't, maybe he didn't drown. And just every cell in your body is wishing that he's going to run through the door and save Piper. And I mean, other than that, any scene where Andy and Piper are looking after each other and saying grapefruit, the scene at the start where the bus and he comes to her rescue shows their bond, and it makes you really like these kids straight away and like their relationship and want the best for them, which is not a great position to be starting from. So I think anything with Andy and Piper being siblings, but the car escape scene was brilliant.
He will be back in Bring Him Back, the sequel.
I hope so.
Also, just a heads up for everybody, there will be spoilers. Spoiler alert.
I want to say that was also the most convenient drowning that I've ever seen in my life. She just kind of slightly turns his head, and he's like, "Oh, you're in a puddle now."
Yeah. If only he hadn't fallen near that puddle, because I don't think she'd be able to drag him that far.
Probably not.
Ryan, what about you?
Well, I'm going to go on a kind of a lighter one. I like after the funeral where, the funeral's kind of weird. She's like, kiss him on the mouth. Do it.
Mm.
So it's custom. Kate, is it in fact custom to kiss dead people on the mouth in Australia?
It is actually custom. So that
That's
probably
fucked
seemed
up.
really strange to everyone overseas, but it is. No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not custom? I totally believed it.
I was going to say, how far can I go with the kiss before people get weirded out? I really liked him, okay?
It really depends on the day, but we just go with what we feel at the time.
Use tongue. It's tradition.
That wasn't my favorite scene, but they kind of threw it like a little after party after where they like got shit faced. Like she even made Piper drink, who I don't know how old she was supposed to be, pretty young. She's drinking vodka and shit, and they're dancing and singing, and like it kind of gave this lady who you already had a bad moment with Andy like a little bit of, okay, maybe it's gonna be okay. Spoiler, it wasn't okay. And then after the party where she just expertly pisses in this measuring cup and doesn't spill a drop, very impressive.
Very impressive. I actually, I agree. I did have that thought. Yeah, that was a good scene actually. And they picked some very nostalgic Australian songs to go with there. I think most Australians have belted out "What About Me" by Shannon Knoll, which is a cover, but it was very big here. So I think, that was a good choice.
Fantastic. Greg, what about you, buddy? Let's not leave you out.
Let's not. So after this scene with a knife, I won't go into too much detail, but after this knife scene, Andy tries to bring Ollie to the hospital, and he's dragging him past. Is it the salt line? Is there is like a ring of salt around the house?
Yeah,
usually is.
Yeah, and he's just kind of kibbying out, like it was just so like fucked up, and then you start kind of putting some of the pieces together of what actually was happening. So that was interesting. I did also like the Andy and Piper scenes with the grapefruit, especially the time where he lied about saying grapefruit, and she totally like caught up on that with the whole manipulation between Laura and Andy. As brutal and hateful as it was pretty well crafted on her part. So I got to tip my hat to Laura, even though she's a psycho, even with the pee, which was brutal. And man, that would suck if you had a roommate who was dumping pee on you all the time and you woke up like, oh, it happened again. Like I was fucking, what's his name?
Let's leave Adam DeVoe's name out of this podcast. Poor kid.
Yeah, I can still remember I was at a party and I woke up and I heard him say, actually, it might have been at the house that we were living at. And he's like, I heard him talking to his girlfriend. He's like, hey, it happened again. And his girlfriend goes, yeah, I know. I'm all wet. And this kid used to just get up and pee all over the place.
Oh, no.
So if it was Adam DeVoe in Andy's position, she wouldn't have had to dump the pee on him. He would have been good to go.
This is convenient. Also, I thought I had that in my notes as well, Greg. I thought that was the way that Andy couldn't even trust himself after a while. And she was kind of turning everyone else like to not trust him too. She was kind of a fucking bad motherfucker at the end of the day.
She thought of everything.
For sure.
It's very organized. Yeah.
Yes.
I also wanted to throw in like there seems to be some body swapping going on in this movie. And not being able to trust what the fuck was going on with who was in whose body. Super fucking unsettling, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This movie was for anyone who has not seen this movie. Obviously, do not listen to this until you have seen this movie, unless you're so crazy and you just want to listen to it anyway. But this movie is fucking bananas.
And unless you're really scared to watch it and you want to hear about it but not have to watch it. That might be
This
helpful.
is true.
Yeah.
That's how I discovered Deadstream from yourunpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Or You Run Podcast, the horror movie review. So, all right. So let's go on to H then, which stands for Hate is Gonna Hate. 3 things you dislike about the film. We'll go with Ryan.
I honestly couldn't come up with 3 things I didn't like about the film, other than the fact that it's a major fucking bummer. I mean, there's very few light tones to this film, so the feeling of grief kind of remains heavy throughout the whole fucking movie. It doesn't really ever go away or let up. So, just loss and grief was, having to think about all that shit in the back of my head while trying to enjoy this sad movie was, that was enough of a negative for me, where I couldn't really come up with any. I thought the cast was fantastic. I thought the soundtrack was fantastic. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Kate?
Yeah, I had to kind of stretch out what I had to make it into 3 things. Firstly, I completely agree about the grief thing. It's not very rewatchable. It can't be recommended to everyone. I've recommended to my best friend, Sarah. She's such a trooper. She's very scared of a lot of horror, but she will watch horror with me. But she has limits where there's certain things I really say, don't watch that. I've told her to watch Talk to Me, and I think she'll like that. But I basically rang her straight away and said, if you hear about this movie, don't watch this movie. Like, please don't watch it because it's too much. It's gut-wrenchingly cruel, the abuse, the trauma, the gore. When I messaged you, Greg, when I started watching it, because the scene where they find their dad, because I found my dad when he passed away, it was very different. I mean, I cared for my dad the whole time he was sick. I expected to find him one day or to be with him when he passed. And it wasn't as dramatic. That, it wasn't in the shower or anything. He passed away in bed, which is I'm thankful for. But that really affected me. And I didn't think it would. I thought I'd be okay with something like that. But it really upset me. And it's very close to the start too. So that was really a very big jolt when I started this movie. It was a little unclear what the ritual was and Laura's plans. This may have been due to me being absolutely horrified and not picking up on some things. And I know the second time I watched it, I did understand a lot more what was happening, and possibly the pacing a little bit, but that's really a stretch. I don't think there were any real big pacing issues. I just can't really think of anything to hate about this movie other than it made me feel like shit afterwards.
Yeah, and I feel horrible for recommending it as well too. I'm like, oh, you got to see Bring Her Back. It's amazing.
I'm like, I'm watching it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's, a really good movie, but it is, heavy content, very heavy content. And like you said, with the abuse, a lot of traumatic scenes for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was kind of unclear what Ollie's position and everything was. It seemed like he was just walking around eating shit like a bad roommate.
Yeah, it was kind of
Poor
like a
Ollie.
conduit. He was definitely part of the ritual, and he had that birthmark under his eye, like the woman at the start. I mean, the opening scene is that ritual, which is really confronting, like the stuff that's happening in it, and you see that birthmark, and it was just. I like that they didn't spoon feed us actually, because we were you sort of left going, I'm not 100% sure how it worked, or didn't work. But yeah, Ollie's position was a bit confusing.
Yeah, poor Ollie probably had it the worst, maybe minus Andy, obviously. And the kid who plays Andy was absolutely amazing. Like you're drawn to that character instantly. He was so fucking good.
Yeah.
So I have 3 things. I'm gonna say the car crash and the puddle scene. I disliked. I agree with you. I think it was a great scene, but it was fucking brutal. Like it was so hard for me to take. That was just like my oh my god moment of the whole movie. It was just so devastating, and it was really it was jarring. So that one was tough for me, and I kind of wish they showed a little bit more of the cult in the process. They weren't spoon feeding us, but if they got a little bit more into what was happening, I thought that would have been kind of cool.
I don't think we needed that. I like the mystery of it all. I like, I think it doesn't say like right in the beginning, like we are not a cult or this is not a cult movie. Or is that a different movie?
Was that a production company? Or, yeah.
Anyways, like I like the ambiguity of it. We don't know what the Bring Her Back expanded universe is like, Greg, and frankly, we don't need to know.
Well, no, and I agree with that. This is like a small nitpick for me. It could have been cool if it just opened up a little bit more. And I love this movie. Spoiler alert.
It left you wanting more, I agree. Like it left you wanting more
Yes.
information. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just looking for more info.
Yeah.
And so the third one is kind of a play off Mark and Scott that I picked up from listening to their amazing reviews, because every time I listen to like Mark and Scott or even Justin and John, when they're like reviewing movies, they're always finding some intricate way to talk about it or just kind of get way more in depth than I would or like pay attention to.
Yeah.
I would say the plane scene at the end, like when
Oh,
she's looking up at the plane, because you know she's blind, it's pouring rain, she's in the car, and I don't know how she hears this plane, you know. I know that was a big nitpick for Mark and Scott, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that one a little bit. Because like you guys, it's the fact that we had, you know, it was hard for us to find 3 things to dislike about this movie is a good thing.
with the plane thing, I did think about that actually, and I do have a counterpoint for that, only because in Sydney and Melbourne, and I think this is set in Victoria. Is it Victoria or something? Anyway, in the city areas where they're near an airport, the noise from the planes is incredible. It's very, very loud. And I think because she was looking up and saw, you know how they said she can see movement and some light and stuff and some big shapes. I think she might have seen the shadow of the plane in the light maybe and heard it, and that's why she looked up. I mean, I'd like to think that maybe the rain was less loud than the plane, but my thing is just that, because I thought that was so beautiful. I loved the ending, and it made me sad, but it was really beautiful as well. But yeah, I agree. There was maybe you have to stretch your imagination a bit for that one to work.
I thought we were inferring that the ritual was a success and that was Kathy, her daughter.
Oh, I didn't think of that at all, actually. God, I hope not. Poor Piper, if that's the case. That's made me feel more shit. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, I figured I'd bring the tone up a bit, but that's what I inferred from it. Like, all of a sudden, she looks up and sees the fucking plane because she can see now because she's fucking Kathy.
But Kathy was blind too, though, remember? Kathy was...
You
Sorry
fucking
to rain on your
serious?
Sorry to rain on your parade,
The
dude,
fuck?
but I know, Kathy was...
Well, that blows my theory right out the fucking window.
I need to shut up. No, because at the start she had the mat taped down, and Andy says, "Is that for Piper?" And she said, "No, my daughter was blind." And then
Kathy was definitely blind as well.
Sorry,
too.
Ryan, don't hate me for that.
I have 5 kids, so there's a chance I missed something on a Sunday afternoon. Like, Dad, what?
No, she's blind too? Fuck!
Yeah, that really
Like a
throws
major
a
plot point.
spanner in my plot works. Yeah. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. We'll just say it's really loud.
I didn't find too much to dislike about this movie. Like I said, I had to like really dig like you guys and try to find something. But to each their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the other B, which is brutal scenes. And there was a lot. And I'm going to go first. Let's start off with, I don't know, the knife scene. That scene was fucking so brutal. I don't even know what to fucking think. Like the gore in that. I hate like defensive wounds. Like I still can't get past that Game of Thrones part when Catelyn Stark grabs the knife at the beginning when they try to kill Bran. Like I just hate, or if someone like goes, even on Club Dread, a fucking comedy where the girl's falling off the cliff and she grabs the fucking machete and it slides out of her hand. Ugh, I hate it. I hate that shit. So when he bites into the fucking knife, my teeth, my gums, like I felt it. I can see it right now. It's fucking brutal.
Well, who the fuck had this weird kid walking around like the cantaloupe off the knife? You hand him the fucking cantaloupe with your hand. The kid obviously might have some problems. Maybe don't let him even have an opportunity to grab the knife. Irresponsible on you, Andy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the kid was like locked in his fucking room. Like, don't let him out. Jesus Christ.
Because he eats knives.
Also, I'm sure, you know, you guys might talk about this as well, too, but the counter scene when he's fucking just chewing on the counter.
And his mouth.
I thought that was fucking worse. It made me cringe so hard. Like, it was super upsetting.
It was very upsetting.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was a lot. It was, am I allowed to say? I'm allowed to swear, aren't I? I just said.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a lot to take in.
Yeah. It wasn't like super, super gory, but when it was almost like a history of violence. when they brought on the gore, they fucking brought on the gore.
Yeah, it's realistic.
Yeah, it was very realistic. Again, like I think that's why we were all cringing probably from that part.
Oh yeah.
I like these scenes, but the bedwetting scenes were also brutal to me too, just because, like how are you gonna treat Adam DeVoe like that? You can't.
Yes.
Brian, you want to go next?
Why was he so hungry?
He was eating for two.
She was starving him because she needed him to eat a body. So she needed to keep him hungry so that he would devour as much flesh as possible for the ritual.
I can't believe there was never like a moment that kicked in for like, well, this is super fucked up. I shouldn't be doing this.
Well, what he was locked in his room. Like, how come he wasn't like chewing through the door or something like that? Like he's a dog.
Well, he punched through the
That's
window.
true.
That's true.
I think too, because he could mimic anything he eats. He mimics the cat in the bath. She sees him holding the cat outside in the pool in the dark, in the rain. And then she brings him in and puts him in the bath, and he starts meowing, and the cat's tail is part missing because he's eaten some of the cat and he started meowing. I only picked this up on the second watch, man.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think I picked that up at all.
Yeah, no, he's meowing. So anything he eats, he can mimic.
Yeah, there's a deleted scene actually that shows him balancing books and cups on his arms.
Really? Or are you taking the piss?
No, I'm taking the piss.
Okay. I was like, because I'll believe anything at this point. I don't fucking know.
He's a counter now. I'm a counter.
Oh, he's mimicking the counter.
It's always better when you have to explain it.
Yeah, well, I mean, my nervous system is not very robust, and I've slept really well the last few nights thanks to this movie. So you could tell me anything at the moment, I'm going to believe you.
So he was trying to eat that fly so he could fly far, far away.
Far away, yeah.
Like a bird, like Forrest Gump.
Yep.
And Jedi.
Yeah, the brutality never really lets up through the whole movie. So, I mean, it's hard to have a favorite. What's your favorite brutal moment? They were all sad, Greg. They were all sad.
I didn't say favorite brutal. I just said brutal scenes. I didn't say, what's your favorite devastating moment? I loved it when he got hit by the car. Did you see when he drowned in the puddle? What are your most brutal scenes, Ryan?
I don't, you named all the good ones. You took mine. Those same ones. Eating counters. Terrible. Yeah, I mean, it was just mimicking what you said. I mean, those were the major moments for me, The eating the counter I thought was by far the worst one. I hated that shit.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I don't like any injury that makes me feel it in my mouth.
Yeah.
There's still that episode of Ren and Stimpy where all Ren's nerve endings are hanging out and shit. And I think that traumatized me for life.
Yes.
What was going on with the scene where he was almost pregnant looking like?
His body, he was all distended because he ate a lot of the body.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that was gross.
Was he eating Andy? Is that where we're to assume?
I think he did eat Andy because he mimicked Andy's voice as well and called out to Piper. Oh, that's horrific. He was eating the daughter's body, Kathy.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a buffet.
Yeah,
because he needed to consume her to regurgitate her into Piper. See, I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm actually starting to understand what happened. I've understood more than I thought, apparently, so that's good.
We were talking to John from Dewey Pod, and these horrors seem to be not his flavor because, I mean, some of them are very complex, and like again, you need to watch them like 2 or 3 times to really know, opposed to like just kind of like a straight up like slasher or straight up like horror movie that equally good. I do like, I don't know if it's called elevated horror. I do like this kind of like horror movie, whether it be like Hereditary or Bring Her Back, where it kind of makes you think and you're like, oh fuck, you kind of can interpret the movie in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into it and I was like, what can I do today that's going to make me even sadder than I already am? Oh, I know, an A24 romp.
Yeah, it's not a fun watch by any means. I agree.
So actually, now that you say that, now I probably get what John means. I understand now. Because a lot of, I mean, Hereditary is pretty fucking sad as well, too. Hereditary is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And very brutal.
Yeah. Midsommar is another one that makes you feel a bit bleak afterwards.
I still remember walking out of that theater when I saw Midsommar. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project and Midsommar were probably the most fucked up movies I've ever seen in the theater. I walked out like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I loved them both.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Kate? Got any other brutal scenes to add on to? Or
I mean, I did put the knife/mouth with the knife with the rock melon or cantaloupe. and the bench top. I mean, the movie Possessor, which I won't spoil, but I don't know if you guys have seen Possessor, but there's like a mouth situation in that movie. And ever since that, it occurred to me I have a big problem with people having fucked up stuff happen to their mouth in horror movies. I thought eyes were my thing, but apparently mouths are. So that made me very much not a fan of that scene. But I was at the same time marveling at how well it was done. The noise, oh my God, the noise of the knife was, because you start thinking, oh, I think I know what he's doing. And then it pans over and it was beyond anything. The bench, the skin pull. I don't like skin pulls.
Oh, that's right. The skin pull was fucking so bad. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Obviously the shower, finding the dad, that was really confronting. I think I just felt so much sympathy for those kids because that's a horrific, stressful, very traumatizing thing to happen to anyone. But when you're a kid, and also not being able to see what was happening, and bravo Piper for knowing her CPR, good girl. And then Piper finding Andy and realizing it was him by feeling his braces and begging him to wake up and saying grapefruit.
Yeah.
I mean, I could start crying now for that scene. Like that really upset me. And I think it upset me more the second time because I grew to really care about these two kids who their performances are just so perfect.
Excellent. And, they were fucking excellent. The kid who plays Andy, I don't know what else he's been in, but he was absolutely, he grabbed me right from the start.
Yeah.
He was such a kind character, so good to his sister.
Yeah. And I think luckily I don't have a sibling relationship that I cherish, because I think if you had a brother or sister that you really love and you protect, or you're their protector, or you have one that is your protector, to watch that scene or to watch the interactions between Andy and Piper would be just almost impossible, I think. If I could relate to that, I would really struggle, even more so with this movie.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Now, I just want to see if we got this ritual down, okay?
Yep.
So, you hurt yourself first, and then you cut a piece of a person off and eat that, and then do something to them after?
So I think what she has to do is get someone, because Oliver was possessed. She put the demon into Oliver, and then he has to be starved so that he will consume as much of the body as possible. She then needs someone to put the spirit. Oh shit, I might have lost the plot there a bit. How does she get, no, okay, I got it. I'm back on track, right? So she then, people are listening going, for fuck's sake, we get it real. All right, so then she finds Piper, okay, and I do have to question that bit, did she seek out Piper and Andy because she knew Piper would be a good candidate? And then she basically has to do a ritual where Oliver eats Kathy and regurgitates Kathy into Piper, and then she has to drown or kill Piper, and she
I think she had to drown her.
Yeah, she will come back as Kathy. Yes, I believe that's because when Oliver gets out and she's like, oh, it's when the knife thing happens and he pulls him over the salt path.
Yes.
And that scene, oh God, that's another brutal scene. Everything's brutal. And she freaks out and brings him inside, and she puts on the Veronicas, and the Veronicas are amazing. And the song is Untouched. It's such a boppy song. And I was trying to listen to the lyrics to see if it matched, because the Philippou brothers don't really miss anything. And she's got the Veronicas playing really loud, and she's doing the ritual again to Oliver to put the demon back in him because he got dragged over the path.
Yep.
So it he was saying help me. I think, and he was able to talk briefly, and he was writing his name, so the demon was coming out of him. I hope that made sense. It took a long time. Sorry, hang in there, everyone, because that was way longer than it needed to be. But yeah, I think I figured it out as I was talking. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I think, does that help, Ryan?
Who's ever heard of a convoluted A24 plot film? Yeah,
right. I mean,
not this guy,
absolutely.
that's for sure.
It doesn't happen. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I think that's kind of basically what I assumed. I didn't put together the starving him part. That's even more fucked up. God, that lady was fucked up.
She's horrible.
She was excellent as well, though,
Phenomenal.
too.
Oh, she's so good. The gaslighting was horrible to watch. So made me so mad, but also she thought of everything, and she was so good. She was manic, and then she just edged back into sympathetic and friendly and, kind. And it's like, what are you? She just had so many faces.
Yeah, even when she got caught by the social worker, I figured it out. I can do it. She just went from calm to like, I'll do this. Yeah, that was a pretty intense part right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot.
So, do you consider this movie a horror movie?
Absolutely. From the opening scene when the ritual's being performed, I looked back when I messaged you because I was like, "Oh, I'm going to watch it," and then my message to you was, "Just started. Bring her back. This movie is going to absolutely fuck me up, isn't it?" And then about 5 minutes later, I wrote, "Christ on a bicycle. This is a lot." So I think those messages pretty much capture my thoughts about this movie really well. It's our next T-shirt. And I mean, I think this is a lot. That can be my new catchphrase. I think that some people, whenever people say, because Seven is one of my favorite movies, and people go, it's not horror. Like, I think horror is what horrifies you. And I don't think there has to be a hard and fast rule. And I know there's going to be people who disagree with that. But if something is terrifying or confronting or upsetting, I think it's horror. But if anyone, I don't know how this could be not seen as a horror movie, to be honest. I mean, God, it's...
Yeah, what other genre of movie could this even be, Greg?
Yeah, this is a pretty stupid question. Maybe like a psychological. It's more of a subgenre of horror, I guess. I wouldn't say it's like a straight horror movie, but it's elevated horror, maybe, I guess. It's a very complex story with a lot of moving parts,
Yeah, it's a great question in the sense that it opens a conversation as to why this is a horror movie. And I mean, it's on so many levels, this is a horror movie. Psychologically, emotionally, graphically, like it's incredibly graphic. And
yes.
Yeah, so I think on every level, it's, horror.
Yes, yep, I agree. Ryan, who had the best performance in the movie?
All right, that would be Sally Hawkins as Laura, dude. She was fantastic. And I kind of went back and looked at some of the shit she was in, and she's done some things I've seen but just didn't remember. I mean, the depth of her character was just like we just said. It was just insane. It was all over the place. There was plots upon plots upon plots upon plots. I mean, she was just a very complicated and nuanced character, and I was really fucking blown away by her. Big time.
Unlike the orange dipshit, she's actually playing 4D chess. He's playing 4D chess. He can't play Connect 4, okay?
Big ups.
She was excellent, and I can't fault that. For me, I went with Billy Barrett as Andy. Like I said, I think everybody did a great job from fucking top to bottom. Everybody sold their role. You could pretty much pick anybody. Andy was just so genuine and such a good character that you were cheering for him. I didn't expect the car scene. That's another reason why that scene was, both brutal and an excellent scene, because I kind of expected him to walk away at least,
Mm-hmm.
not drink up the puddle. So yeah, that was pretty fucking heartbreaking, and his character was excellent.
Yeah.
What about you, Kate?
Okay, I did pick someone. I actually flitted between a few different people for this, and honestly, it's almost impossible to choose. I want to first give a special mention to Sora Wong. She had no acting experience before she came to this movie. She was picked, the Philippou brothers did a open call for someone who had a vision impairment or someone who was blind, and her mum took her along. So this is her first role. I don't think, it's unlikely Sora will hear this, but what a beautiful girl and what an amazing talent. And I hope that she goes on to do other things, because she really stole my heart very quickly and held on to it. But I actually went with Jonah Wren Phillips, who plays Oliver.
Yep.
I knew that this is one of those movies where you're watching it and you're like, I know that face, I know that. And it did that for every single character. And I'm going to talk about the actors individually when I talk about the rating of the actors, but I knew Jonah from somewhere, and I looked it up, and he plays Angus in How to Make Gravy, which is an Australian film from last year. It's basically a Christmas film. It's based on a Paul Kelly song. Anyone who's not Australian will probably not know what I'm talking about, but I recommend looking it up. It's a really nice movie, and Jonah is in it, and he's really, really great in it. Also stars Damon Herriman, who is lovely. But yeah, good movie, just as an aside. Yeah, so I went with Jonah Wren Phillips because I feel he had a lot to do with very little dialogue. The stuff the effects work would have been very challenging. Yeah, I think he really just was so brilliant at the different things that Oliver had to portray and the different emotions and the trauma, and yeah, it was just great.
I would say he probably had the toughest he did a lot of heavy lifting in that movie for the horror aspects of the movie. And I thought that as well. Like right out, like this kid's fantastic. And then that scene when he finally like gets out with the police at the end and he says his name and shit. Like there's hope for at least one fucking character in this movie. Thank God. It's gonna be a long road to recovery, little buddy, but you might get there.
Yeah. Plus, he was so diverse. He was a counter. He was a cat. He was a fly. He was an Andy. He played everybody. So, this is a nod to our boy, Justin, at Pop Culture Reflections, another proud member of the You Run podcast. And we're going to recast an actor with, an actor or a fictional character. And I'm going to go first. I'm going bring him back and have a young Heath Ledger play Andy.
Oh, good.
I'm going to do flip the script and have Millicent Simmons play Piper. So it would be a hearing impaired sister instead of a vision impaired sister. And this is the girl from A Quiet Place.
Yep.
And then I would cast Toni Collette as Laura. I tried to stay mostly Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Again, everybody fucking crushed this role, so it would just, make it a different movie. But I think, maybe a young Heath Ledger could have nailed it. And obviously Toni Collette's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And Millicent Simmons, however you pronounce her name, I don't know how it would have worked with like a hearing impaired. Actually, I think they still could have, they could have made it work, I think.
Yeah, they could have made it work. The only thing would be like lying about Oliver's appearance at the start, saying he had red hair and little things like that. She wouldn't have been able to gaslight visually, but I'm sure that Laura is resourceful and would have worked out a way to gaslight audibly. So, yeah.
Yeah, Greg.
Or would she hit her and he goes, Andy hit her. Like, when she sprays herself with the perfume. Like,
that scene enraged me. Oh my God, that made me so mad. That was the worst.
Yeah.
I did get big Toni Collette energy from the actors that play Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sally Hawkins.
Big Toni Collette industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic picks, Greg. Proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, buddy? What do you got?
All right, so look, I didn't think too hard about this one because I don't even like this one. And I reserve the right to say that. My name's on the placard. All right, look. Historically, I'm not supposed to like this guy, okay? He won a comedy show of the year for a show that was just about how sad my life really is. I'm saying you could replace Andy with Jeremy Allen White. It's still the same fucking movie. I watched every episode of Shameless, and he gave me, like, big lip vibes from Shameless. So, like, he was very protective of his siblings, and that's kind of what I got from that bruh.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I've never seen Shameless.
We'll throw a Newt from Aliens.
He's also a great chef, he carves up that cantaloupe perfect, like the bear.
Yeah, he could have done a lot with that.
He wouldn't have gave him the knife.
Who said? Which one of you said Newt from Aliens?
I did.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. She'd work, mostly.
Ripley, I'm scared.
Oh.
Now, is this the Jeremy Allen White from Iron Claw?
Yeah, and the bear.
With one leg.
What is sadder, Iron Claw or this movie?
Ooh, probably Iron Claw is not even as sad as it could be because they definitely didn't do it justice. Like, it was like actually worse for that family, I believe. I looked up the actual real story. Worse shit fucking happened to the whole family. Like, more of them died.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
it's a wrestling movie with Zac Efron.
Oh, yeah, I saw the trailer. That looked depressing as shit. I wasn't going to watch that.
Oh my God.
It's brutal.
No, I mean, it looks great, but I
didn't smile for 2 months after I watched it.
Yeah.
The guy from Mindhunter was excellent in it as the father, and he was such a piece of shit.
Oh, really?
Such a piece of shit. Oh, yeah.
It's no good.
Kate, what about you for a recast?
Yeah, I stuck with Australian actors pretty much as well. Although my first one isn't Australian by birth, but she is an honorary Australian because she lives here and she's married to one of our loved musicians.
That counts.
Ione Skye, who from Say Anything, I picked her as Laura.
Nice.
Also, I did Toni Collette as well because, of course. Judy Davis, Claudia Carvin, and Rachel Griffiths, I thought could all play that role very well. And I also thought for the role of Andy, Finn Little, who was Carter in Yellowstone.
I never saw Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. So he's an Australian actor as well, although he did the accent very well. I mean, Sally Hawkins is English, and so is Billy Barrett, who played Andy. They're both English. Their
No
accents
shit.
were extremely good. Not as good as yours, Greg, from what
Oh,
I
of
hear,
course.
but
Ah!
they
Oi!
did pretty well. Oi,
Or
double oi.
that, yeah. Wait, Ryan, are you Australian? Sam
I don't
Neill?
want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Great choices, guys. What do you got next for us, Gregory?
Was this movie better than Talk to Me? I will go first. And I say it is better than Talk to Me. I mean, it's a different. I think Talk to Me is more of a straightforward horror. But is this an easier watch than Talk to Me? No, absolutely not. Talk to Me is you can rewatch Talk to Me and not be traumatized. This one's a hard watch, but I think overall as a movie, I think Bring Her Back is the better movie in my opinion. Ryan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's better than Talk to Me. That being said, though, would I rewatch it? Probably not. I mean, I felt it once. I'm processing my emotions still, and I don't need to see it again. And I thought Talk to Me was pretty good, but I probably won't revisit that either.
Kate, talk to me.
I feel like it was better than Talk to Me. I really love Talk to Me, but they are very different movies. I'm glad I was able to sit with this for a couple of days before deciding how I felt about it, because my initial I'm incredibly traumatized feeling really overshadowed how much I appreciate this movie. And I think the Philippou brothers are amazing and so talented and so thoughtful in what they do. Everything has a purpose. Apparently, the commentary for this is very good, so I really want to listen to that. I did rewatch it last night, as you know. I didn't have a comfort cupcake, unfortunately, at the same time, but I got through it, and it was a little bit easier the second time, but I was still very, very sad at the end of it. And I think, you know, the way they pop things in there that you kind of don't pick up the first time, like when the mimicking thing I talked about, but when Piper arrives back at the house and Oliver is mimicking Andy, and it made me realize, oh, did he eat some of Andy? So I think he ate bits of Andy. When Andy's cutting the rock melon and he says to Oliver, I could talk to you and you could talk to me. He says it really pointedly and you're like, oh, that's the title of the movie. And in the hospital,
Shit.
Laura says to Andy, your dad died in the shower when I killed him. And then he's
Yes.
like, what did you say? And I didn't pick up on that the first time. I was like, oh, shit. So that made me go, okay, I have to go back now. I'm going to have to go back again and look and see, because Oliver shapeshift, I don't know what happened there, but just enough that I don't understand. It's intriguing. And then I was listening to Reviewed to Death. They covered this and they were talking about a website where you can go to and it links Talk to Me and Bring Her Back are in the same universe. And I think that's pretty genius. So there's this website and it's, where is it? I've got it here.
Like Black Angel.
blackangeltapes.net. Now, I messaged Greg and said, hey, can you look at this? Because I'm too scared to look at it. And I also spoke to Scotty and was like, I know you've covered this because Fun with Horror did a really good episode too. And Scotty hadn't seen it, but he said, oh, this is what it is. So I thought, okay, I'll go have a look.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty didn't know. It's the only thing Scotty doesn't know. He knows everything else. And yeah, so I went to this website and it looks like dark web inspired. Not that I've been on the dark web, everyone. I'm just going by what I've heard and seen in movies. Okay, I just want to clarify that. But basically, it's like there's a wanted section where you can buy the demonic embalmed hand from Talk to Me. There's an item section. It has a tiger puppet, evil blood, vintage malware, serial killer confession tapes, death masks, and a trapped soul. There's another one where it's videos that says Normie gets visited, sleepwalking demon slowly eats girl, dark web death dealer, and Tari resurrection tapes, which is the resurrection ritual. And there's a frequently asked questions section for anyone who's confused. Can't imagine why you would be. So, I mean, what I'd love to know is what the fuck happens if someone stumbles across this website accidentally with zero context for the movie that it's related to. But what I did love is that this is almost like a Blair Witch style marketing campaign, as much as they could do today with the fact that the internet now exists and has existed for a long time. And you obviously can't replicate what they did with the Blair Witch Project, but it's very, very creepy. And it basically, apparently this happened in the same street as Talk to Me. It's like the same, not just the same universe, but it's like across the road kind of, which I just think this adds a whole other layer to this. And I cannot wait to see what these guys do next.
Well, I could tell you, they actually wrote this movie before Talk to Me, but decided to go with Talk to Me as their first release, and now currently are penning the Talk to Me 2 script. So are they going to ruin everything? Or is it going to be dope? Time will tell.
Is it going to be talk to me, or is it going to be like talk to me too?
Oh, shit. I hope it's just a hand holding up 2 fingers.
Yeah, me too.
Talk to Me Too, TOO.
Yep. So yeah, I thought that was for that reason. I mean, I think they are both excellent movies, but I would say this is a better movie in the sense that this just really stuck with me. I think this is a brilliant movie that I never want to watch again in my life.
Yep. The fifth question is this in your top 3 horror for 2025? Kate, you want to go first on that one? And you can give me your top 3 horrors if you would like.
Sure. Okay, so I definitely is in my top 3 for the year. My top 3 are this, Weapons, and Nosferatu, which people might be like, that was last year, but it came out here in, I think, 1st of January 2025, and I watched it this year, so I consider it a this year movie for me. And those are my top 3. I didn't see this at the cinema. It was when I was away for work a bit. I was just doing a million different things, and I missed like the Final Destination. I missed Bring Her Back. I missed quite a few movies, seeing them on the big screen. I don't think I even saw a trailer for this, and I'm not sure. I'd like to go back and look at the trailer. I can't imagine what the trailer would be and how much it gave away, but you know what it could be? That you know that 2000s trailer guy, like In a World where everything is completely fucked. Like that would be the trailer. You're like, that would be the only thing you'd need. But yeah, I'm going to go back and watch that. Actually, I just reminded myself. But yes, in my top 3.
Yeah, when I was talking to you about it, I was actually kind of surprised that you hadn't hadn't seen it yet, or I was like, oh shit. That's why I was so amped about it. I was like, yeah, watch this super depressing movie. It's not going to fuck with you at all.
Yeah. It was no. I'm really glad that you did, because I might still not have watched it if you hadn't have reminded me that yes, I really do need to bump that up the list, and I'm really glad I did. If I had seen this at the movies, I don't know how I would have gone.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was gonna say like you might not have reacted the same when you're home and in your comfort. It might be a little easier.
Might have left. I think I would have liked to stay. I'd like to think I would have sat through it, but geez, that would have been rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Shed Dancing, what about you? What is this in your top 3, and what are your top 3 horror movies of the year?
In a world where everything's super depressing. Yeah, this is probably my number 1 horror movie of the year, horror adjacent, whatever the fuck we want to call it now.
Yeah.
But also, I've only seen like 3 horror movies this year. I've been doing a lot of other cool shit.
By default.
Deadstream in your top 3?
Nah, bro. Sorry. Well, I'm going to go back and rewatch that after listening to your episode. I owe it to you guys.
Aww.
And I'm going to try to go in with a better attitude. But all I've seen this year is this, Final Destination, Bloodlines, and Death of a Unicorn. And I watched all those within a 2 days span. So there we go. That's by default.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm hoping to change it.
I mean, you're going to watch The Substance, but The Substance isn't this year, but I think The Substance is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I do have to watch that.
So, for me, this could be... I really want to see the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I hear it's absolutely excellent, so I'm waiting on that for my judgment. But right now, Bring Her Back is my number 1 movie, not only horror movie of the year. Piggybacking number 2, I have Sinners, and then I have Weapons. So Bring Her Back, Sinners, Weapons, all fucking excellent. It's been an excellent year for horror. I've heard good things about Bloodlines. I've heard some good things about The Long Walk. I've heard, actually, is Monkey this year? I heard Monkey was pretty entertaining as well, too.
Yeah, I think The Monkey was this year. That looks good. I haven't watched The Long Walk. I don't know if my heart can take that. I've read it.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll throw this down. I also saw The Monkey, and it's just Final Destination with a monkey toy. And I read the Long Walk book, and I was polarized by that from like the age of 14 on. So I can tell you it's a really cool story at the very fucking least.
It's a short story?
Yeah, it was he was under this pen name Richard Bachman for the Bachman books.
Okay.
And it's one of those short stories. There's some cool shit in it. And I will redact my Death of a Unicorn and replace that with Sinners, because Sinners was fantastic.
Yeah, Sinners was fucking awesome. Sinners was my favorite until I saw this one, and I was like, and I did really enjoy 28 Years Later as well too. I know a lot of people talk shit about it. I know it was swinging some big alpha dick on the on the alphas, but the ending was very weird. Had Jack O'Connell in the ending as well, as he was the vampire in Sinners. Probably my top 5.
Did you say elephant dick or alpha dick?
Alpha dick, but it could have been an elephant trunk.
That's what I was like.
The
I don't know what I heard then, but
alpha had an elephant trunk. Swinging. All right, so we're going to rate the acting in this movie, 1 through 8. Kate, you want to take this one first?
Sure. Okay, so I just wanted to I'll be very brief, but I just wanted to talk about the actors. So Billy Barrett, I knew him from Invasion and The Alienist. He's got a lot of credits. English actor, amazing accent in this movie. Can't fault him, 8 out of 8. Jonah Wren Phillips, as I picked Jonah as my favorite actor, obviously it's an 8. Sora Wong, as I talked about, no other credits. Brilliant job, 8, perfection. Hope she does more. Sally Hawkins, my goodness, this woman, The Shape of Water, such a different character.
Right.
She's in Paddington. I mean, oh God, I'm never going to see. Do you know, I went as Paddington at Book Week when I was a kid. I wore a duffel coat and had a marmalade sandwich under my hat. Just to lighten the mood. Yeah, so I thought Sally was brilliant, and I would like to see other people in her role, but I think that she was perfect for it. And again, great accent. Everyone's an 8 across the board. Perfection from me.
Agreed. Ryan, talk to me too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a disservice to not give everybody in this film an 8. I thought they were all fantastic and really blew me out of the water. I mean, I wasn't familiar with any of them, really. I know that I've seen Paddington too, more than once. All right, so clearly I know the actress, but I mean, what more can you ask for than like a really well acted horror movie, especially just coming off of watching Sleepaway Camp.
Yep.
No contrast there at all. Yeah, all these characters made me care. I didn't care about Laura at all, actually, but I did actually feel sympathy for her.
Yeah, you do feel sympathy for, yeah.
And you think, God, this woman's just so fucked up. But yeah, God, these actors made me love them, the characters, so much. And yeah.
When you have a horror movie that pulls at your heartstrings like this, and everybody does such a great job, I agree. It's an 8. Everybody was stellar in this movie. It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring us to rating the movie on the world famous Crustometer, which that's what we rate everything on the show with. That's a 1 through 8. For those of you who don't know, but like I just said, it's world famous, so you obviously know. I'm going to go first. It's a perfect 8 for me. It was heavy, emotional, and it really made you think. There were great horror elements in the movie. It was just, like I said, to pull at the heartstrings. It was just very good. Yes, it does have its flaws, and I know you can pick some things apart, but I think the more you watch it, the more you pick up on things. Unfortunately, it's so fucking tragic and brutal. I don't recommend another watch. I've watched it twice, and that was pretty much enough for me. So, Ryan, what do you think?
Man, that end scene where she's laying in the fucking pool, cuddling her fucking daughter's body, and then the camera just pans away. Fuck, that's gonna stick with me for a long time. Ate crust all day. You could stuff that crust with bacon and cheese and countertop. What's up?
Nice. Kate, what do you think?
Yeah, as I said, I really did sit with this for a few days to think about it, and I'm glad I didn't rate it immediately, although I think the rating would have ended up the same, but I would have been basing it on purely, the gore and the effects and the acting and stuff. But when I look back and after having talked to people and listened to their discussions about it, it's occurred to me just how much depth this movie has. And yeah, I really want to go back and listen to the commentary because the Philippi brothers are pretty hilarious as well. And they don't give a lot away, but they apparently are quite funny. It would probably bring some levity to the actual movie. But a few things that got pointed out to me that I wanted to talk about in this section were when I talk about the thoughtfulness of the Philippi brothers. When Andy protects Piper from the dark, this is something Scotty talked about in Fun with Horror. And when the girls are being really mean, and those girls are horrible, like, God, I hate people like that. And the bus comes along and puts Piper into darkness, into a shadow. And then Andy comes along and puts his arm around her and brings her into the light, into the sunlight. Little things like that. When Laura is asking Piper if she would consider staying with her, and Piper says, no, but I can visit. And Piper's trying to be sweet because she's an angel. And it's the point of no return for Piper. That's when Laura's like, well, I'm going to have to go through with this. And that apparently the aspect ratio changes then. And it's like, okay, we've gone down this path now. The choice of music, when the kids enter Laura's house, Alive by Empire of the Sun is playing. And the lyrics in that are, you make me feel so alive, and we're trying to bring someone back to life. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence would have been a bit on the nose, but I think this was a good choice.
Wake me up!
Yeah. Would have been good though. It's a good song. Yeah, so the music choices were even thoughtful. The Yoko Ono song playing, I can't remember what it's called, but when Laura's playing in the house, it's like manic. Yeah, the Philippi brothers are geniuses. There's so much to this movie. If it wasn't so goddamn traumatizing for me to watch it again, and I don't know if I'll become desensitized. Like, having Seven is one of my favorite movies. It doesn't affect me obviously the way it used to, but I still get affected by it. But I can watch it multiple times. I can put it on and watch it, and it's fine. I don't know if this movie would ever be something I could be desensitized to. It's just too much, but it is just so damn good. And I really wish I could. I really want to go back and just find all these layers to it and listen to the commentary. And I probably will, but I need some time. So, 8 out of 8 for me. Perfect movie.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, let's move on to some listener response real quick. And we got our boy, the mustard smuggler himself, a.k.a. Seamus Rogers. He's coming in hot with a 7.5. Seamus with a 7.5. That's, he's a
tough for Seamus.
Yeah, he's a tough scorer, so it's good. Sandy, who I watched it with the second time, 6.5. And my girl Michelle, she also gave it a 6.5. Goth damn it, gave it a 1.
Ouch.
I don't know if she thought 1 was the best. We should pretend that was the case.
Hey, each to their own.
Number 1.
Everyone. I mean, if you had a really bad time with it, you might just hate the movie. But yeah, I guess it's not for everyone, is it?
Yeah. When you listen to this episode, time travel back and go listen to our episode on 12 Monkeys featuring Newman from Movies for Days, another You Run podcast member, and he gave it a 7. Also, we just did this interview that's dropping next week, a.k.a. October 13th. It's going to be out by the time this is out. This rapper named MC Type. We just interviewed MC Type in Fridge. He responded to the story, said this movie is fucking excellent, and he said 7 to 7.5. And finally, we're going to end with Mr. Scott, the leader of the You Run Podcast Network. He said he gave it a 7. It's truly terrifying with some incredible scenes, a great modern witchcraft demonic possession movie, but has some flaws, like the blind girl looking up at the plane at the end. How did she see it? She didn't hear it. It was raining.
Pip, pip, cheerio. Well, all right. Obviously, Kate, we want to thank you for coming on. You're a fantastic guest. You add a much-needed level of class to this podcast that he usually lacks. Would you have anything coming up in the future that the Crust fans would want to know about?
I think I have. I've got 2 episodes coming up with Justin. One was done with Greg, and another one down the track. But I'm trying to think on the fly here. I don't think I've got any recordings coming up.
We got the Dennis Nielsen, the Des.
Oh my God! Yes. Sorry. I'm 1/3 of Pizza Bones. Thank you for that. Sorry. This movie has wrecked my sleep schedule. I'm like a toddler without a nap. Sorry. Yes, we are currently researching for Dennis Nielsen for Pizza Bones, which I am really looking forward to talking about. Be rewatching Des. And that's about it.
Those of you who don't know, Dennis Nielsen, serial killer / creator of the Nielsen rating.
He's a multitasker. Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Blue Sky, and on X. We rep the You Run Podcast Network. We can find all our old shows and all our new shows on yourunpodcast.com. If you want to join our Patreon for just as low as $1, you can get episodes just like this one up to a week early, and it helps the show. And if you really want to help us out and go on Spotify or Apple Pod and give us a rating, we prefer 5 Crust if you can. And thank you so much for listening.
All right, everybody. I was getting there, Greg.
Okay.
Jesus, such a grapefruit, bro.
Grapefruit.
All right, everybody. Stay sad. And remember, in
Crust,
we trust.
Cantaloupe, grapefruit, apple.
Rockmelon.
Yeah, couple stuff crust. A nigga some misery, yeah, couple stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, couple stuff crust. So it's cheese gonna bust, yeah, couple stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, couple stuff crust. A nigga some misery, yeah, couple stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, couple stuff crust. So it's cheese gonna bust, yeah, couple stuff crust.